That sting must have taken more out of me than I thought. One minute I'm lying down in mid-afternoon, and the next I'm waking up in the early hours of the next day. Thought I would take my air tank out for a spin. I dove as far down as I was comfortable going. I saw a turtle, a sea urchin that I think stung me, and a few new fish species. I can definitely live now. As I rose to the surface, I checked my arm, and sure enough, that sea urchin did get me. Geez, all these animals lately seem to have it out for me. I am trying to cohabitate here. Stop trying to kill me. After calming myself down a bit, I ate some of my leftover shark meat and felt much better. It is amazing what food can do for you. I used my leftover resources to build a fish trap. Who knows what I will catch in this? I'm guessing fish, but you never can tell. I baited and set my trap. Now time to wait and see what decides to end its life in my nice trap. Just as I was getting out of the water from setting my trap, another shark friend came to pay me a visit. This shark was not as friendly as the other ones and roughed me up a bit. Unlucky for him, he merely nicked me. I decided that blood and salty seawater with a hungry shark hanging around were not the best things for me, so I headed back to my camp and bandaged myself up. My arm hurts and my head is spinning, but I think the last part is from the loss of blood. After resting for a bit and letting the bandage do its job, I decided to head back out to the water. Imagine my surprise when I found my friend the black-tip reef shark lurking around my life raft. I quickly let him know my intentions. Mr. Blacktip decided to go into hiding to die after I let him know what I wanted from him. But lucky for me, his friend Mr. Tiger came around for round 2. He didn't even get close to me this time. There's something calming about sitting around a fire, smelling cooking meat, while watching a beautiful moon rise above the ocean waves. Sleep did not elude me. I woke up in the middle of the night with a horrible burning in my arm. I turned on my torch, much to my horror, and found my arm glowing red with bumps as white as snow. I'm assuming my torch is doing the whole glowing thing, but nonetheless it still hurts. Sleep came eventually, but it was not as easy this time. My first trip was to my food stash. I was famished after treating my rash from the day before. My second trip was to go diving for new fish. The ocean floor really is full of beautiful creatures. So many types of fish that I have never seen or heard of. At one point, I got a little too excited and nearly drowned to death. Considering I had never dove to that depth for that long before, I was surprised I was even able to do it at all. I guess the power of hunger can drive people to go beyond their limits. On my second dive, I found even more new fish. Using my spear, I caught some lionfish. I've heard they're poisonous, but hey, there's only one way to find out. I heard a sound above me just as I was preparing to cook the lionfish, and looked up to see a jet trail. I rushed to my fire and soon had smoke pouring from it. Unfortunately, they didn't turn around. I don't even think they saw me. I hope that wasn't my only hope for a rescue. My diving to new limits provided many valuable meals. I am so glad I made that spear when I did. My experiment with the lionfish was first. Sickness does not do the body well. At least now I know. Of course, anything that hurts me when I pick it up, I should probably not try to ingest. I cooked all of my deep sea findings well into the early morning of the next day. This rash still won't go away. I think I need to find some antibiotics. It is good to see some new type of meat cooked and stored in my food stash. Now, I just need more of it. I decided to stay around camp for the rest of the day and just take it easy. Saw some stingrays strangely close to camp. Seems my death trap is not working. May have to tweak that. Went diving and found some more new fish to eat. With all this new food for my stash, it seemed a little silly to have it all just sitting out there for the taking on the beach, so I decided to build a little storage area for all of my food. I think the new addition looks pretty good and is extremely functional. My buckets were completely dry when I went to refill my water bottle, so I put some on to boil and lay down for the evening. In the morning, I will have beautiful fresh water to drink. Lord, I love survival. I decided that for my morning swim, I would try to dive even deeper and see what new things lay ahead for me. I cut it a little close when diving and nearly drowned again. I quickly surfaced and found myself close to my island and my favorite tree. I sat and relaxed for a bit to catch my breath. I honestly thought that was a very close call. As soon as I was able to get up, I saw a shark trying to steal my life raft, so I swam out after him with the only weapon I had with me, my axe. That adventure with the shark and trying to save my precious life raft would be my last. I was barely able to make it back to my hut and lay down on my bed. I never realized how comfortable it was until now. As I lay staring up at the roof of my hut, I decided to move a few pieces of thatch to see the wonderful blue sky above. I lay back down and have one last fleeting thought. I never got my mojito.